Hey, everybody, it's Georgia Rose, and I am so sorry I'm a little late, but I don't know what I'm talking about today because we were in the studio here waiting for the lights to come on. We had no power. Apparently, there's a whole pole thing, and then we had a generator hooked up, and then the generator didn't work. So I was powerless. Can you imagine me being powerless? But it happened today. So here we are live in the Soul Space. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to talk a little bit about the astrology. And then I wanted to talk about dreams because we've got the moon conjuncting Neptune the last 48 hours. And boy, I had some crazy dreams last night. And I'm sure you guys did too, if you're anything like me and affected by the moon phases, because, oh, it was crazy, crazy stuff. And some of you I already heard from today that you have already been having a lot of dreams and vivid dreams. And that's our friend Neptune in Pisces, does that anyway. So I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to come on. If you guys want to share the show, that would be absolutely fabulous. I would love to have you guys share the show and join us today and bring your questions and comments if you have anything to say about dreams. And so first I'm going to go into the astrology a little bit. We've had a pretty quiet week, but if you go back and watch last week's show, you know that it started out really intense. We had a little bit of a beautiful weekend. The energy was very benevolent with some challenges, but not many. And where I live here on the East Coast, it was absolutely stunning weather, just beautiful after a major heat wave. So I really got out and enjoyed it. I actually went to a concert, outdoor concert on Saturday evening. I saw Earth, Wind, and Fire and Santana. They were fabulous. If they come to your area, I would say go see them. We had a great time. And the weather, again, was just beautiful. And the full moon was out. Well, a little bit past the full moon, but it was so pretty. And I just thought to myself, does it get better than this? Gorgeous live music under a beautiful moon. So call in, comment, let us know what you're thinking about with your dreams, and we'll see where we go with them. So this week, we have a little bit of a reprieve from very intense astrological weather. That's not to say it's going to be all roses, but we do have some reprieves from some of the intensity that we've had. This astrology really does lend itself to dreams and fantasies. We've got the moon conjuncting Jupiter, as I said, and then also we've got a lot of energy that came in yesterday, which was Sunday, and started to kind of make us feel a little bit more optimistic and more forward thinking, but in a better way than we maybe have been for a while. So today is Monday, the 15th, and again, the moon is still conjuncting that Jupiter in Aries. That gives us a feeling of expressiveness. We want to say what we want to say and do what we want to do, and we won't be held back in this energy, and that's going to last for a couple of days, Monday and Tuesday. We are feeling our oats, boy, but it's also a good time for healing. Try and turn some of that aggression into assertion. We've got the sun squaring Leo, the sun in Leo rather squaring Jupiter. I'm so messed up from this power outage that we had, so I got to catch my thoughts up. Sun in Leo is squaring Jupiter in Aries. That's a lot of fire. So that's what's giving us this feeling of like, hell no, we won't go. We're going to do what we want. Don't tell us to do it any differently. And that's what we're feeling. So who's on board tonight? Let me see my comments. Everybody just want to say hi. Let me know you're out there. That would be awesome. Where am I as my comments? Hey, Jay, how are you? And I have Ann down here. It was a perfect night for Santana, and he was doing great. He opened the show with a lot of tribal music. I wasn't really into that. I understood the message, though. But when he started playing the more classical stuff, boy, still got it, let me tell you. So we have a lot of fire coming in the next couple of days with that Leo sun squaring the Jupiter in Aries energy. And that's going to make us, like I said, feel our oats. That'll last until about August 17th, which is Wednesday. And then we're going to see this dance going on between the Leo sun and Neptune. And that's where we get a little caught up in fantasy. This is a week for fantasy. It's a week for dreams, and very vivid ones at that. And so one of the things I'm going to caution everybody about, especially as we go into Wednesday and further on in the week, that Leo's sun is our life force and that Neptune in Pisces is our fantasies. So what can happen is we think things are larger than life and that they're true when maybe in reality they're really not true. I know there's a lot of that going out in the global world, right? Especially here in the United States. We don't know what to believe. But like I said on last week's show, truth is always confirmed by our life, right? Really, truth is not something that we need more information and more information to understand. Truth is something we feel inside us. So just remember that, because this week is going to be a week where we may get carried away in some fantasy. Really watch what your dreams are telling you, because there's messages there. There's deep messages in our dream state that really give us an idea of what we need to do in our life and what is really bothering us that maybe we can't put our finger on. So there's always messages in those dreams, and I'd love to hear about yours. So call into the show or comment. Let us know your dreams. So then we go into Thursday. Thursday is a little bit more of exciting energy. It's breakthrough energy. Thursday's energy really mimics that energy we had last week that I was talking about at length, with some of those planets transiting over the North Node and Uranus in Taurus. And Mars is also in the last degrees of Taurus now this week. But on Wednesday, what happens is that Venus trines Jupiter, okay? And it's an excellent aspect because it's very beneficial and it's a very great flow of energy. It's expansive. It's pleasure. But while we have that Sun and Neptune energy playing off each other, sometimes it can be too much pleasure. It can be too much of a good thing. We can get indulgent or really start to indulge in fantasies when we shouldn't. So really keep grounded. This is an energy where you will have a breakthrough. It's a fabulous energy for meditation, psychic ability, breaking through that veil. It's fabulous energy for that. But it's also the type of energy where you can open a portal that maybe you don't want to open, or really get stuck in the dream state or the fantasy, or maybe start a meditation and the next thing you know, you're meditating for an hour. It's really that type of energy. It's breakthrough energy, and of course that can have a negative effect as well if it breaks through something that you really are not prepared for, as far as things changing very rapidly in our lives. But it should be a good breakthrough energy with Venus and trining Jupiter there, because that's very benevolent. It is challenged by the moon squaring Saturn. Saturn is our limitations and the moon is our emotions. So it may be one of these push-pull energies going into the middle of the week, into Thursday and the weekend, where it's like a step forward into fantasy and then something jolts you back out. It can be difficult to stick with the script in this energy. If you're a teacher or a trainer or even somebody who set some goals in your life, as this week progresses, you might find it really hard to stay on goal. We're also coming in an energy where Mars is going to be going into Gemini and going retrograde for a long time. Mars is going to be in Gemini for 8 months. And so when that happens, it's going to be on the 20th on Saturday. That's when we start to have to do things twice. Mars in Gemini is a do-over, back to the drawing board, repeat it, make it better, check the recipe twice, do everything twice. And so that, with the energy that's coming in on Thursday, makes it very difficult for us to stick to the program, stick to the script. This is an energy where things are going to change that you don't expect to, and they'll change rapidly. Reality pulls us off track in this energy in towards the middle and towards the next week. If you have travel plans, have a plan B. Make sure you're in the energy of flow, that you're not trying to really stick to exactly the map. You want to have some adaptability in there, some flexibility, because the world is going to be a little uncooperative in this energy, and we need to take responsibility for that. So remember, retrogrades are always an energy that come in order for us to pay attention to those areas of our life. So wherever Gemini is in your chart, mine is in my 7th house, which is relationships. So Mars in Gemini is probably going to bring some, tests for me in that area, or maybe some do-overs or things like that. And the reason why I say this energy is really a strong energy in all of our charts, wherever Gemini is because Mars is staying in Gemini 8 months. This is like very rare that Mars stays in a sign 8 months. It's doing that, and a big portion of that is actually going to be a retrograde. It retrogrades in September and does not go forward. It retrogrades in September and until October 29th, but it doesn't come out of Gemini until next March. So we're going to have this, Mars in Gemini is sort of like a mind-changing energy. Like it always makes you change your mind, or someone else will change their mind. It's a push-pull. It's a, well, I thought you wanted it this way. No, I told you I wanted it this way. Oh, but I thought we were going to do this. No, I told you we were going to do this. It's that energy. And that'll play out in wherever Gemini is in your chart. So get ready, because that's going to be a little annoying, but it's also good for breakthroughs, because if you can stay in the energy of flow and of flexibility, it will bring so much newness to different ways and different perspectives of doing things. Like, you go back to the drawing board and it actually comes out better than you ever thought. So really stay flexible and grounded in that energy for the next 8 months. I always find it like, I have this saying that I always say, improvise, activate, overcome. That is exactly key for this energy. Improvise, something goes wrong, you got to figure it out. Activate, overcome. And in this energy, that's going to really be in things where the world is not cooperating, but it's not going to be bringing you into new energy. It's going to be bringing in the energy of your resources that you have now. For instance, you may start to redecorate your home with things that you found in a closet. It's new energy with using what you've already had before and resources that you have within you or already around you. It's not like going out and spending $20,000 for new furniture. This energy is a type of energy of finding the resources to make something seem new that wasn't. And that's because the sun's going to be going into Virgo before the end of this week. And that's that energy. It's separating the wheat from the waste and using what you already have to be resourceful, to give yourself some sustainability. So that's the energy coming in. Also, that energy beginning on Friday and going into the weekend, we have that annoying energy like I just described with Mars starting to go towards Gemini and all of that. But we also have a Sun-Pluto aspect, which makes as though we're being pulled into something deeper than we want to go. And it's annoying. There's no avoiding it. So this weekend, come Friday, Saturday, you may find yourself getting pulled in somewhere that you really don't want to go, but we have to do it because there's no resolution for several days. So you're going to find yourself really kind of in there. This is also energy about whatever the plan is. You want to make sure that that plan is flexible, that it's not something so rigid that it's going to break, because there's a lot of things breaking in this energy. So you want to be pliable. Like, what's your plan? Obstacles as opportunities, that kind of energy. You want to be in earth. You want to ground. You want to create. You want to figure it out. You want to build with what you already have. That's really the next 2 weeks, actually, what I would say the themes are. On Saturday, Mars moves into Gemini. And like I said, that's my 7th house. That's Mars in Gemini is the tap dancer. It not sure where it wants to go. It's like here and there and everywhere. And it's that kind of energy. And that's going to be with us for 8 months. So it's going to be an energy of a very big energy shift. You're going to feel it, especially when it's retrograde. This is about being pulled in multiple directions, having a lot less focus. So you really want to make sure you're going out there in nature, grounding, walk in the yard barefoot. Don't overpromise. When Mars is in Gemini, that's a huge thing with that energy. And that's, as I said, going to be with us till March. Really watch your words. Don't overpromise, because you're going to end up under-delivering. Stay real. Really important to stay real. What I will tell you is the most important aspect of this week is between the 17th and the 19th, which is Wednesday to Friday. And what we have there is what they call a finger of God in the chart. And a finger of God is almost like a trine. And this one is coming in with the Sun, Pluto, and Neptune. And what it does is whatever is coming to light, I'm just going to put it in layman's terms so you don't have to really know the astrological transit. Between the 17th and the 19th, whatever is brought to light in your life, that is what's going to be your theme for the next 8 months. Whatever is brought to light, remain really open-minded about it. Don't feel like you have to do something really quickly or that you have to, resolve the problem. There's a lot of things that we're going to have to get through over the next 8 months that are going to be like, well, you said, he said, she said, we said, blah, 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 blah. Got to stay grounded. try and take as much communication seriously as you can and process it before you respond. Later on Sunday, the moon goes into Gemini. It's going to square that Neptune energy we're talking about, which is that fantasy, that overpromising, that trying to make something more embellished than it really is in order to, get out of a situation or make things better than they seem. That energy is going to be really, really heavy on Sunday, and we're going to be prone to assumptions. So stay in the reality. Do not go into the fantasy. It's going to be really strong that you're going to want to do that. And so once we get through this week and we start heading into Monday and Tuesday, that's when we're going to see more of the truth. It's like we suddenly are going into the truth. We know what's real. We know who said what. That energy kind of dissipates a little bit, but the bigger part of it's going to be with us for a long time. And by next Monday, the sun goes into Virgo. It's an earth sign. We're much more grounded. We feel that energy shift. It's a time to focus on, time to be more efficient. The resolution process begins after September 9th. So until the 9th of September, we're really in this I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to do something. Where should I land? I really can't get my feet on the ground. That kind of energy. And just, bear with it. So I'm going to look at our comments, see what's going on out here. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Jay. Hey, I feel like it's just everything. And this is also the energy I feel like with the no power tonight and having to start the show later. Jay says, I'm going to talk about dreams now. Jay says his dreams are always sci-fi oriented and most times escape scenarios while also helping others, usually have special powers. That is fabulous. That is fabulous dreams. I feel like if I was going to interpret that, I feel like it's not so sci-fi for you. I feel like, maybe either you've experienced those kind of things in another life or in a future life, and that you're seeing like what has really happened at one time or another. That's how I feel. Hey, Carrie Ann. Hey, Sarah. Gina Marie is watching. So tell me your dreams, guys. If anybody wants to call into the show, the number, if Bobby, can we put the number on the screen? We're all a little discombobulated tonight. We had no power. I believe it's 516-945-9099. That's the number. Yeah, 945-9099, 516 area code. So call into the show and tell us your dreams. I want to interpret some dreams tonight and see how good I am at it, because I really haven't done that out in the public before. So I'll tell you a dream I had last night. I was dreaming and I was dancing all night long, it felt like. And not even just like every kind of dancing. I was like dancing to like dance music. I was dancing ballet. I was doing pirouettes. I was like having a great old time in my dreams. And when I woke up this morning, I felt so tired. I woke up to go to the bathroom and I was like, gosh, I'm exhausted. I've been dancing all night, when we all know our dreams probably only last a few minutes. So I interpreted that as I need to have more fun and I need to get out there and do some boogieing and some dancing with my girlfriend soon. So that's what I think that's about. So I keep freezing up here. I don't know why. I hope we're not freezing up at home. Okay, we're having some issues, but Bobby's recording the show, so the playback will be fine if you're not watching live. Yeah, we'll probably broadcast again. So anybody else have any dreams they want to talk about? I know I'm at a weird time, so I don't have half my audience here. I am actually going to pull a card for my dancing dream. And then, you know what? I just remembered this. I don't know if that ever happens to you guys. Like you think you don't remember a dream and then you get these flashes during the day of the dream. I just remembered it was like I was in ABBA. Like I was a member of ABBA. That's crazy. Really crazy. But yeah, last night I dreamt I was in ABBA. If anybody wants to weigh in on what they think that means, that would be really cool. Now, Jay was at the Santana concert, and he's saying touched by the source. I have to tell you, that is how I always feel when I see certain musicians. There's certain even artists or musicians like Van Gogh. I remember the first time I ever saw Starry Night at the Met, and the Met. And I turned the corner, and there this beautiful Van Gogh was, and I had seen it so many times, online or just reproductions, and I always wanted to see it, and I finally got there. And I was with a gentleman at the time that I was dating, and he was a great guy. He was very spiritual. We met at yoga, and he was like one of the very like-minded soul. And we turned the corner, And I remember all my chakras just lit up at the sight of this as I turned the corner and saw this beautiful painting. And you can't have that experience and not know that that's touched by source, that creation. Because when we're in that space of creativity, we're really connecting with creation and creator, right? So we're touched by source, a beautiful piece of music or whatever. And I remember as I was walking over, because, now it's almost like a scene in a movie where there's just the painting and it's like, oh, and lighting up or something. And so I was totally oblivious to anything else. And I'm just looking at this beautiful Van Gogh. And I turn around to my date and he's got tears streaming down his face. And he's just like, this is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Because we were both so open and our heart chakra was so open in those moments that we felt the creativity of source. So I really appreciate you putting that comment up tonight, Jay, because it really is when we experience something touched by source. And that's why I understood, how Santana had those beautiful tribal pictures when he first opened the concert, because it was really like going into that connection, that tribal connection, that source that we've had in a primitive way. And it was just primal way. And it was just so awesome. So I sidetracked, I'm sorry. But anyway, can you tell Gemini's going to Mars is going to be going into my 7th house. So I'm going to pick a couple of cards. And so I just remembered I was in ABBA last night. So the Dancing Queen, woohoo. So put on your dancing shoes. You never know what's going to happen in the soul space. So I'm going to pull a card. And our show might be a little abbreviated tonight because there are other shows coming up. So Bobby's got to give me a high sign when he wants me to end the show. So look, I have this beautiful card. I'm going to just put it really close to the camera. We've seen this card before on the soul space. It's what I call the new world, the new earth, or the giving birth card. So I think all of us being in touch with I feel like dreams come from within. They come from our solar plexus, our heart chakra, our sacral. So that's what this card is representing, and getting in touch with that higher self energy, which is really what the dream state is. Because when we're in dream state, we don't have any limitation. We don't have any, I can't think that, or that can't really happen. Like our conscious mind isn't judging or limiting it. So it's really pretty amazing. I also want to pick an angelic card tonight because I just felt like for some reason I grabbed those on the way out. I'm not seeing all my comments. We're still having some technical difficulties with the feeds and stuff, So just want to pick one of these cards and see what we get. Relax. Breathe. Everything is happening exactly as it should be. Wow, this card is so in tune with the astrology. Before, when I was talking about the energy coming in, being harsh and kind of making us do do-overs and having a plan B because the world isn't going to be cooperative, this is really that for that card. Beautiful green on the back, and it says, breathe. Everything is happening exactly as it should be, whether we have power or not, whether we're doing the show on time or not. Everything's happening just like it should be. Amazing. So, my comments aren't feeding, so that's okay. You can watch with me anyway. So I'm going to pick another card. I'm actually going to do a couple of tarots. So I'm going to pick a card for Jay since he contributed about his dream. Let's see what we get for Jay. Okay. I feel like you've had ET experiences, like UFO experiences, Jay. I just feel like you strongly believe it's like they come to you, not harmful, just like benevolent, very much so. Okay. Yeah, you've either had a past life or a future life as an extraterrestrial type, another energy, off-planet energy is what I'm getting. Okay. Being offered something. There is something being offered to you that you're not really seeing. I also feel moving, which I actually knew that. I feel like you're moving away from something, but you're being offered something new. And that going to the new is actually a feeling for me of leaving a lot of burdens behind, leaving a lot of heavy energy behind. Where you're going to, I feel like you really are very sovereign over yourself. It's a strength card coming up with the infinity sign on it. So the strength card in tarot has an infinity sign above the head of the person in the card, and that's unlimited possibility. So whatever's happening for you, Jay, this is wonderful stuff. I feel like things happen faster than you think they're going to happen. I feel like all of a sudden there's an urgency and you maybe have to move quicker or do something quicker than you thought you would. A little pressure on. I feel like that what you're moving away from is heartbreak. You're leaving heartbreak, being offered something new, a new lease, a new lease on life, a new energy of where you're going. But I definitely feel something is coming in that is bringing you somewhere that is like a clearing, a more harmonious, lighter energy. Maybe that's also why you dreamt of superpowers, because I'm feeling like this puts you more and more in touch with the power of the higher self. Yeah. Be very careful to stay in balance. I feel like the three-dimensional world is going to come in and give you a lot of challenge, but you're able to handle it and you'll handle it very well. Keep that, like we said, the improvise, activate, overcome quality about everything, and it'll be really good for you. Okay. Yeah, I don't think, I don't know if I'm live anymore, Bobby, because I think Teresa's show might have come on live. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. I don't think I'm live anymore. I think I'm just on tape, but that's okay. Um, so yeah, Jay Moreno, that would be for you. And my next card that I'm going to pull is for Carrie Ann. I just feel like her energy is so sweet, and I feel like she needs a reading. So I'm just going to do this randomly tonight. Okay. So I don't know how long I've been on because I don't have a clock up. Um, yeah, we got kicked off alive. Yeah. Okay. Um, so I'm just going to read some cards for Carrie. We'll be taping for another 10 minutes. Carrie, got the Judgment card in reverse for you, which means that, that's a card of rebirth, but there might be something coming in the three-dimensional world that's actually an obstacle for you to going more forward. I feel like something is not working out the way you wanted it to, that you're reevaluating something. Maybe, you thought that things were going to give you more recognition or be more rewarding for you than they are. That's okay, though, because I do see something more beneficial on the horizon for you. But what you're in right now, I would give it careful contemplation, because I feel like you don't know the whole truth. And I feel like your intuition is right on, but you're ignoring it. So if there's something that is coming forward for you, I feel like this is going to be you moving away from a situation to go into something better. But something is not working out the way you thought it would. And it just, you're looking at it almost in a futile way, but you don't want to leave it because you keep giving it the benefit of the doubt. And I feel like that's going to stop soon because you're going to see the truth. There's a lot of interference with this. You thought it was going to be one way, and there's other people involved, or something else more to it involved. Like there's something that's more interference around it. I have to tell you, what I'm feeling is, yeah, your journey is not with that. This is like energy that you're in right now. I feel it swirling around you. Your journey is actually more beneficial moving away from whatever that is. Really look at it without the rose-colored glasses, because I feel like you're making this to be a situation and you're expecting more from it than it's ever going to be. A lot of interference there, a lot of like static. But when I go into the future for you, there's a lot of really good stuff, but you have to move away from this staticky area. That's what I'm feeling. I know I'm not live anymore, so I can't really get an idea of what it might be, but I feel like that. I feel like I'm supposed to pick one more card to give me an idea of the person involved. I'm getting the Knight of Swords and the Balance cards. This is about somehow money. Pentacles is money for me, or some kind of exchange or currency. If it's not physical money, but money's coming in very strong. This is about someone not being who you thought they were. That's what it feels like to me. Yeah, you're carrying the burden of that, and you're carrying the burden of who they are when you just need to give that back to them and go on your merry way. That's the energy I'm getting, and it's coming in so clear. So I hope that applies. I'd love to hear an affirmation from you because it's so clear. Don't ever stay anywhere that's detrimental for you. Be honest with yourself about that without judgment, and know what a truly miraculous person you are, and always be in a space where that is honored in your life. All right. I just felt compelled to say that to you. All right. I am going to pick a couple of cards for Sarah and see where she's going with this. Okay, Sarah. I feel like you have vivid dreams too. Sarah, something's actually working really good for you. I feel like the darkness that was around you, the worry, is actually going to be lightened, very much lightened. I feel like you need to keep envisioning the future the way you want it. But I feel like Archangel Gabriel messages, Archangel Gabriel partnership, message, cup running over, getting what you really want, honor is the card I'm pulling now. It says, care for your soul, honor the divinity within you by practicing extreme self-care. Don't allow what's happening in the three-dimensional world to drag you down, because I feel like this is about you getting what you desire and deserve by honoring yourself. Heartbreak moves away. It's in the past. You get good news. And there's also a coin or money or some kind of currency involved. That could even be love. But I feel like your future is looking pretty bright, Missy. And things are going really, really well for you. So just take that to the bank, because whatever's been troubling you is definitely moving away from you. And you've got a new place coming in, new energy coming in. All right. So I think that's just about our show for tonight. I'm sorry that we were a little all over the place. As I said, when I came to the studio at 7 o'clock, we had lost power. And, I always try and read into things, and I'm thinking, oh, loss of power. What does that mean? I had just done a video before I left the house about the power of love being more important in our lives than the love of power. So I guess the universe was trying to show me you don't need to love power to still have your show. So didn't have to, I mean power in the physical sense, like plugging in electricity, not power in life. I'm not worried about that. So thank you all so much for tuning in. What we're going to do is Bobby's going to put the recording of the show up so you guys can watch it, because obviously our live feed was interrupted by other scheduling. Thanks so much. You can find me on Zenkuda Official on Instagram, Zenkuda on YouTube, and Zenkuda on Facebook, as well as every other podcast platform if you want to rewatch the show. You can even ask for me on Amazon Alexa and say, play the podcast Soul Space with Georgia Rose. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you next Monday at 7 p.m., and I promise we'll be on time. Bye-bye.